Well, staying with COVID and a serious question from a cancer patient. John Smart from Coventry wrote to us asking, has the National Health Service just become the National COVID Service? John had packed his bags ready for hospital yesterday, only to be told his operation had been postponed for 3 weeks. The University Hospitals Coventry and Warwickshire Trust says operations are only cancelled in an emergency and it's continuing to restore services. Here's our health correspondent, Paula Chadwick.
Released from lockdown after 2 weeks, but not from the death sentence he's so afraid of. John Short was self-isolating for a life-saving lung cancer operation, but it was cancelled yesterday, postponed for 3 weeks, and his wife knows time is not on his side.
To have somebody ring and not know the reason that you can't go in, I was just stunned. And I think John and thousands like him have been let down by the health service and have been condemned to a premature death, because that may well be what happens. And it's on the altar of COVID.
All he can do is carry on tending his roses. Cancer treatment should start within 62 days of referral from a GP. It's now been over 5 months since John first coughed up blood, and he's worried that with every day that passes, his life could be cut short.
Without that surgery, I'll die. And I don't know what's happened between the last scan I had and now, whether this tumour has got twice as big, 10 times as big, I don't know. Whether it's metastasised and I've got it somewhere else, I don't know.
University Hospital Coventry claims that it's one of the top trusts in the country for cancer surgery, but sometimes changes have to be made on an emergency basis. The hospital says it can't comment on individual cases, but recognises the frustration for families when operations have to be cancelled at short notice. It says it carefully monitors patients to ensure it doesn't affect their outcomes and does its best to rearrange those operations in a timely manner. But John believes the NHS is becoming the national COVID service with increasing delays.
There'll be another reason, another problem, another panic, another priority, another whatever it is. But what's more important than someone with lung cancer who's, facing the end of their life? And many other people like me.
Paula Chadwick, BBC Midlands Today in Coventry.
Paula Chadwick is Chief Executive of the Roycastle Lung Cancer Foundation. It's the only dedicated UK lung cancer charity. I asked her for her reaction to John's case.
Well, I'm saddened, but I'm really appalled as well that to hear this gentleman's story. I mean, lung cancer is one of the biggest UK cancer killers. It is very, very aggressive. I mean, the issue we have normally with lung cancer is that it is diagnosed very late on in the disease, and so curative treatments are not really that much available. But here we've got a gentleman who has been diagnosed early, who has got curative treatment, and it's been postponed, and that, I'm sorry, it's just not acceptable.
And Paula, is it right that your charity is now campaigning about this very issue?
We are. Our campaign is still here. We are raising awareness of the signs and symptoms of lung cancer. Lung cancer is still here. We're still here. And we are saying that the NHS is still here, because clearly these people need to be diagnosed early. They need to have the same sort of treatment and same sort of diagnostic advantages that COVID people do. We can't afford to wait.
Does access to treatment vary depending on where you live? I mean, not all areas have high COVID rates, do they?
Yeah, I mean, lung cancer always has a variation across the UK, wherever you live. But clearly, and we are saying that the NHS, these are unprecedented times, and the NHS is working so hard. But I think what we have to acknowledge that COVID is going to be here for a while. So we have to be able to work with this. 14,000 lung cancer patients have missed treatments and tests. That's just, what is it going to be like? That's just not acceptable.
But why is it? Why are they missing those appointments and that diagnosis?
Well, treatment was suspended in March when we went into the shutdown, and basically lung cancer patients, because they are classed as very vulnerable with it being a respiratory disease, they were told to shield, which we understand that, but lung cancer won't wait.
Because on your website you say while a persistent cough can be a symptom of COVID, of course, it could also indicate lung cancer.
persistent cough does not just mean COVID, it could be lung cancer. We need these patients to be able to go to their GPs, and then we need the GPs to be able to refer them into the NHS and the system for treatments. And we're here to support anybody who's been affected by lung cancer, whether it's advice, support, information, whatever you need. If you find us on our website, www.roycastle.org, we are more than happy to help anybody.
That was Paula Chadwick.